All right, so to continue, after I at this point I've come grips with my reality. Now I was in reality when I was a kid, and then as I got much older, I found out like you're 19 years old, you can drink alcohol, you can go out, whatever you do, right? And you'll see that a lot. You'll see guys and girls when they hit that age, they're like, okay, let's drink because I lose my inhibitions and I become like a different person, or I'm partying or I'm having more fun because I'm in the nightclub drinking and party or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? But that's when I started slipping from reality, going into fantasy, and then I got a whole different ego, a whole different everything that just wasn't me. At this point, I'm back to who I was when I was 12 years old, 13 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, 17 years old, 16 years old, 18 years old. You know what I mean? Like I'm back to me. And I would say like 15, 16 years old, even younger. And I'm in tune with my reality. And that's one of the best. That's the way that I went from shadow to your average guy, to your above average guy, to your top 10%. Okay, your 10 percenter. I became a 10 percenter because I had presence, I was in reality, and I knew how hard things were, I knew how shitty things were, and they still are kind of shitty and hard, but I'm working with it. You know what I mean? And that's what's helping me succeed, is the fact that I'm in reality. And you know what? The reality is that my life is really shitty. But I made it into the 10%, which is incredible because it's not easy. Nobody's went from being level zero, right? Robbing a bank, doing all this different conditional stuff and time and house arrest and stuff, then doing like almost 3 years consecutively at a facility, right? And then they're in the top 10% of the world. That does not happen. That is kind of that is not a test, but that is attesting to how well I did and how good I did and how successful I was and how successful I'm doing now. But the point is that it's because I'm in reality. I know how shitty my life is. I know what it is. I know where I am. I'm not higher than I should be. I'm not lower than I should be. I'm right where I am, and I'm in reality. In my reality, there's no rich people, man. There's no rich people here in my reality. I don't like right now. I can't even own anything. I can't buy a car right now. I can't do anything right now. I cannot buy a car. I doubt I can even get a fucking job right now. And if I get a job, it's gonna be like the shittiest job. Either it's gonna be general labor or it's gonna be kitchen work, right? I'm gonna get a shitty ass job, right? If I was to get a job right now, it'd be a shitty ass job. I can't even buy a car right now. I can't do jack squat. I can't buy a condo, or anything like that. Okay, so, really, I'll get a shitty job. Which will be enough to just pay enough for me to live in an apartment, like enough to just live and handle that. That's my reality, right? And the truth is, a lot of people can't understand that, and I don't expect them to. If you grew up and you're like, whoa, what a loser. I was when I was 15 years old, my dad had already bought me a car. And I was ready driving it. And then you have those people, or those guys who say, well, I'm a big mafioso. My uncles and my dad and everybody was in the game. And they put me on in the game when I was like 12 years old. Man, I've been earning money since I was 12 years old. My own money I've been working on and whatever. Good for you. I shouldn't do that. Good for you, okay? But you notice the two differences that I went there. Okay, anyway, so that's the situation, right? So people go, well, this guy ain't shit, First of all, I am shit. Let me tell you that much. First of all, I am shit. Me and you don't belong in the same world. And we're not in the same world, by the way, right? We are not in the same world by any means. You're in a totally different world. Now, I am not a jealous type of person. that is not in my personality. I don't become jealous or anything like that, right? And I'm a genuine person. Now, I will tell you that if you have material stuff, if you have like a exotic car or a Mercedes or BMW, or you got a really nice Beamer, or you got you live in a really nice house, a big house, or your family's rich, and they put you on the grind and you're making money in your business, whatever the case is, right? Good for you. I don't really care. Okay. But I being in reality doesn't make sense for somebody who's like living in a penthouse, in their own penthouse, right? And their family business put them on and they're doing really good. And they can just buy a ticket like, oh, hey, dude, did you say that you guys were in Mykonos for the weekend? Hey, that's cool, man. You got like. So when do you want me to come? Okay, where are you guys staying? All right, let's get it booked up and let's go fly to Mykonos on first class or business class and go have a party. If you're doing that, man, you are. I mean, listen. I have nothing against anybody on any grind. Even if it's Bill Gates, or if it's the guy, the car mechanic, or the guy that works at the grocery store bagging groceries. I got nothing against anybody. According to their grind or what they have. You have what you have, do what you do. I have a kind of life, and I got a bit of a bone to pick with certain people, and they got a bone to pick with me because they're doing well. Like, we're in kind of a similar kind of business or industry, but they're doing their thing. They're eating, they're happy, they're doing well. And they're showing it off and kind of putting it out there, you know, showing, well, whatever they're doing, and I'm doing my thing. But I came up gritty. Now you might say, well, dude, you didn't come up in fucking New York, man. Listen, I came up gritty, man. I came up fucking gritty. First of all, I'll tell you why I fucking came up gritty. Because I didn't take shit from anybody. Dude, I was 15 years old, got the fucking job, and I had every clothing piece that I had, I bought it. The food that I put in my mouth, I bought it, dude. Okay, and the food used to be really cheap back then. For like $2, you could get like lunch specials and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I was able to spend cheap money, and then I was able to get food and clothing to put on my back, which I was putting on my own fucking back, by the way. And when I was younger than that, I was wearing hand-me-downs, okay? And I've taken clothes from people I knew in school. When I'd be like, dude, you got so many, you don't even need this. This shirt matches me more than you. All right, you got a point, dude. You can have the shirt. I've taken shirts from people for free that I knew in gym class or something. You know, I've had people give me hand-me-downs. Here, take my fucking old shirt and stuff. I was wearing hand-me-downs when I was like 8 or 9 years. No, when I was like 7 years old, 8 years old, I was wearing hand-me-downs, okay? I was wearing one fucking jersey that somebody happened to buy for me at some point. Something like that. And when I was 15 years old, I got a job. I was a fucking cashier at a grocery store, buying my own clothes, buying my own food too. The food I fucking put in my fucking mouth, I bought that shit. It was to the point that people around me started getting upset with me, saying like, why are you being so independent? Why do you do things on your own? Why don't you accept help? Why do you have such an ego problem? And why don't you join other people? If you're not going to join us, join some kind of group or make some kind of friends or something. And I never did. I could never even make friends, man. I've never had any friends, by the way. I'll tell you that right now. I've never had any friends. Like what you call about friends, like people you know since you're young or you hang out with or whatever. I've never had any friends. I've tried to hound people down to say, dude, do you want to come play basketball? And you know what? I wanted to play basketball every single day. I would never stop being active, and nobody was active enough for me. Nobody wanted to be active with me. If somebody wanted to work out with me, it'd be like one day and they'd leave. You know, let's do it. Let's come back next week. Dude, so what did I do? I started up boxing because in boxing, you didn't need anything. You had your gear, you showed up to the gym, you did your workout, there were guys there training, and then you could spar with them. That was all it was. It worked perfectly for me. I could spend hours and hours doing that, skip rope and different kind of circuit training and exercising. They had weights, they had everything there, going in the ring, doing all that stuff. I mean, that's what I did, man. I couldn't even get any friends. I had to go fucking do that. And again, I was paying for that out of my own fucking pocket. All right. I got a bit lucky because when I hit 18 and I got my high school diploma or my graduate diploma, I should say, I got a job where I was making almost double minimum wage for the shittiest job in a very nice company, right? It's not so bad. So that was my thing. So what I'm trying to say is I have a different life, but I grew up gritty, man. Listen, I was what? Maybe I was 24. I think I was 24 when I robbed the bank. I believe I was 24 when I robbed the bank. But that was when I got my first job at 15. That's the bank that I joined, and that's where I got my deposit check to give to the company to deposit into my account. And that's the fucking bank I robbed. It was on the street of all the schools I went to and all that shit in the fucking area and everything. That's the bank I fucking robbed. So don't tell me about being gritty or not, nigga. I robbed the fucking bank, okay? I don't gotta say more gritty shit than that. Now, you might not like that. And I know people, even the police community, they hated that. Who the fuck does this guy think he is? He's just coming into the game and he's robbing. Who the fuck, someone's got to slap him. Who the fuck does he think he is? You know what I mean? And you got all these police forces behind people and all these people involved. Just for me, just for one guy. I mean, that's how much of a fucking threat I was. That's how much of a threat I was, that I had the attention of every motherfucking person in that fucking jail, man. That's how much of a fucking threat I was. That's how much people fucking hated me. I remember going to, I had an executive chef, and I go to him, hey, dude, would you give me a reference to go apply for a job for the front desk, for the guest service desk? You know what one guy did? He was the union rep, and he worked as a cook. He went in front of me, he went to the chef. He said, chef, please, whatever you do, don't let him go to front desk. Don't let him go anywhere. Keep him right here as a dishwasher. Cause like, I'm not gonna be happy. And he used to always say to me, why the fuck do you look like that? You got your long hair and all this shit, and you fucking got your hands in your pockets and all that shit, and there's a manager, there's a chef, and you walk around like that. We were allowed to wear hats because in the kitchen you're supposed to wear hair nets legally, but they would let you get away with wearing a ball cap if it covered all your hair. So I got to wear my own cap and everything. You know what I mean? But yeah, anyone who tries to say, dude, but I was the one that gave him this and that. It's like, no, dude, I gave you this and that. Whether you know it or you don't know it consciously, you paid me back, man. Now look at your life, look at the piece of shit you've been and the piece of shit things you've done, and look at the things I've done, and look at what a piece of shit you were. Nigga, put that tail behind your legs, man. Go on with your fucking life, nigga. Don't walk in my direction. Go in your fucking direction, all right? So now I got that.